John Fogerty, one of the greatest songwriters of all time, in my humble personal opinion. And some of it is in just the simplicity of his songs, then in the great melodies, and then in the lyrics, and in screaming, and in the cool little licks that happen in them. This is, of course, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Now, this was kind of the tail end of Creedence's effective life, because this album followed Cosmo's Factory, which I think both these albums came out in 1970, I believe. They were pretty much churning out 2 albums a year, and this was from Pendulum, and then it was released as a single, became a hit in 1971, after they had pretty much they were heading off into different directions. The subject. John wrote other songs about rain, and most of them had things to do, the rain frequently talking about war or things like that. Speculation on this is that it's leftover stuff from the 60s, but it may have been more the internal pressures of the band, and his brother Tom was about to leave. So the last album they made, Mardi Gras, was done with just the 3 of them, Stu and Doug and John. But anyway, what we're going to do in this lesson, it's really simple on a couple of fronts. We're really just going to strum through the chords. There's only 4, C, F, G, and A minor, with a little descending bass thing that we'll get in. And we'll talk about different ways of doing that, an easy way and a little more complicated way for it to be a little bit more of a challenge. We'll work in those 2 little bass parts that were of course done an octave lower, but that's a nice way to get them done on the guitar. So we'll throw in a few frills to make it a little more challenging, and there's of course the addition of the 16th note bounce. That we have to work on. That makes this song pretty challenging. If we leave all that stuff out, we're talking about a level 2 song only because it has a bar chord in it, maybe 3, but very simple strumming. So we can take the campfire approach, or we can take let's put in a few more frills and make it a bit more of a challenge. That's what we're going to do. Let's take a look at John Fogerty's Have You Ever Seen the Rain? This song can be done with a really simple strum, and mostly what we hear with the electric guitar and the acoustic guitar doing it is just a steady flow of 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, I prefer, when we're doing this without the other instruments, to accent that first beat better by not playing the first up, just going down, down, up, down, up. The other thing that happens is we've got, in the introduction, we hear a 16th note bounce on the last and, a pair of 16ths on the and of the last beat. So if I was playing 4 beats of, I'll do this with A minor since that's actually where we hear it first, if I was playing 4 beats of this as 8th notes, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That 16th bounce would look like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and up. So the way to get that, and I've talked about this in some other lessons, but the way to work on getting in that direction is do all the 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, but change the last and to a down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Then 3 and 4 and up. Then you just put the up in following it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. Well, that was the first segment and a little clip about the right hand bounce in a lesson I put together, obviously on the Creedence tune, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? The rest of the lesson is available, of course, at TotallyGuitars as part of the Target program, but also as an individual purchase if you like to check that out. We've got in the Target program, though, well over 600 songs now, and a lot of free songs. This song is actually pretty easy on a couple of respects, but in the in the lesson we talk about getting in, fitting that in, fitting that one in, and maybe even playing them together, and adding in a little bit of harmony. So come visit us at TotallyGuitars if you'd like to see the lesson here, or if you just want to work on, there's a bunch of free stuff, I think 60 or so free songs that are up to get you started on this. This is a very basic strumming song, But come visit us at Totally Guitars when you can.